Hey everybody, Peter Green from Agile for All, coming at you with your daily dose of Agile. Today we're going to talk about some metaphors for the product owner role, and we're going to use some of the tools that I would use in an in-person class when we talk about this role. So in class, what I do is I have these cards here, these little Scrum metaphor cards, and each of these has a different role on it. I'll give you an example, like what's a good one here? Oh, okay, yeah, here's a common one. This is the drummer. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on that. Come on, autofocus, kick in for me. There we go. The drummer is often picked as a metaphor for the Scrum Master, keeping cadence and keeping people together. And what I want to do today is share the 3 cards that are most commonly picked for the product owner role, talk about why I like those metaphors, and the parts of it where they're not perfect, because like any metaphor, there's no perfect description, there's no perfect analogy for the product owner role. So the first one that is often picked is this one. That is the composer. And the composer, I like this metaphor because in this metaphor, like the score, the musical score that a composer writes out is similar to a product backlog, right? And it's true that most composers write the score, but they don't actually perform it. The orchestra or the band or whoever they're writing for actually performs the music. And so that actually is, I think, a good metaphor. The thing that I think is not quite right about that one is that good product owners work much more collaboratively with their teams to build the product backlog than most composers work with the musicians who will perform the music. There are a few notable exceptions to that, where the composer is also the performer, or like in the instance of Duke Ellington, one of the great composers of the 20th century, was famous for composing with the band, where compositions would happen with the band live in the room, and Ellington would sing a phrase to an individual or to a section in the orchestra, and then they would play that, and then he would sing another phrase for another individual or section, and they would play that, and he would start to work it out collaboratively with the team, with, in this case, being the orchestra. So that's that metaphor, the composer. The second one that is often picked for the product owner is this one, and that is the team captain. And the team captain, I like this one because the product owner is a leadership role, and providing clarity of vision, priority for the team is really essential to be successful. But the part that's not perfect is that a good Scrum team has other leadership roles, one of which is named the Scrum Master is obviously another leadership role, and one could make a debate about whether is there a team captain? If so, is it the product owner? Is it the Scrum Master? Or is it more emergent? And I think that on good Scrum teams, leadership is much more situational and emergent than that. There's not one person that's viewed as the team captain. And that might include members of the development team situationally taking the lead on specific decisions and actions. And so not quite perfect because Scrum is much more of a situational leadership where there's not a single team captain most of the time. All right, and then the last one that we'll mention today that often is picked is this one, and that is the chess master. And the good part of this is that we do want product owners that are strategic thinkers. They're paying attention to customers, to competitors, and the business. But product development is not predictable in the same way that chess is. So you can't master product development just by memorizing a series of moves or states of a chessboard. It requires much more experimentation than that. And so while some strategic skill like a chess master has is helpful and important for a product owner, it's probably just as important, or maybe even more important, that great product owners are great at like being scientists along with being chess masters. They're great at forming hypotheses and testing those rapidly. All right, so those are a few metaphors for the product owner. Curious what metaphors you might use. What are some other ones that you find helpful when you're describing this role of product owner? If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button, share it with a friend. And if you'd like to get this content on a daily basis, hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a great week today. Thank you. Week today? I hope you have a great day today and a great week. Thanks, everyone.